What's up guys, today we're looking at 10 suits that we want in some of the SpiderMan PS4 DLC, or rather 10 cool suits that could potentially be in some of the DLC. Before we start, I just want to say thank you for 10,000 subscribers. I believe we just hit it yesterday, but I wasn't able to post a video yesterday, but I just want to say thanks, and I appreciate those of you who have been here for a while now, and those of you who are new to my channel and have been watching my videos. I'm trying to upload every single day, or at least 6 days a week, so hopefully we'll hit 20k pretty soon. So, in case you didn't know, there's going to be 3 different DLC coming out for the game. The first being the Heist, which is coming October 23rd. If you want to know more info on the DLC, you can check out my Venom video, which will be down in the description. We'll be getting 3 suits in this first DLC coming out, and then most likely 6 more in the next 2 DLCs, giving us a potential 9 more suits to be in the game. I knew a lot about some of these suits, but some of them I read about specifically for this video, so I do know some about Spider-Man. I know some of the comics, I've read some of them, I've read a lot of the stories about Spider-Man, but I'm obviously not as hardcore of a fan as some of you guys watching, so if you have any additional info you want to throw in, just let me know down in the comments. We're also not going to be talking about any confirmed suits or rumored suits that people are saying is going to be in the first DLC, just some suits that could potentially be in the DLC. I mean, some of these suits may be rumored or teased to be in here, but we're not really going to go deep into that part. First off, we're going to start with the Iron Spider Civil War suit. The movies are a bit different than the comics, and in the comics, Tony Stark gave Spider-Man the Iron Spider suit not during Infinity War, but during the Civil War arc. It also looks a lot different than the one you see in Infinity War and Spider-Man PS4, having a lot more gold all around it, as well as his eyes. If this was to get into the DLC, I'm not sure how they'd make the suit power different. Maybe make it a little weaker or stronger in some aspects than the suit in the original game, since it's pretty much the same power. I mean, from what I know at least. If the Civil War Iron Spider suit has additional powers or different powers from the Infinity War suit, just let me know down in the comments. But for the most part, again, from what I know, it's the same exact suit, it just looks a little different. Either way, I would still love to see this suit in the game. I know I just said that we're not really going to talk about rumored suits, but this one was a little teased in an interview with the creative director of Spider-Man, and it's the bombastic Bagman suit.
So love, and I know it's a million problems, but Bagman, where he's got the bag over his head in the Fantastic Four suit.
Well, maybe that'll change soon.
No!
Who knows? I mean, well, the Fox,
the
Fox Disney thing went through, right?
Yeah, it's in final parts of the shareholder agreements and whatnot.
Right? The bombastic Bagman suit is also known as the spare Fantastic Four costume. This suit was used by Peter Parker when a symbiote was removed from his body, leaving him without a suit. The Human Torch from Fantastic Four gave Peter a spare older suit that the Fantastic Four had laying around, along with a brown paper bag. Now, I honestly don't know which symbiote was removed from Spider-Man. I'm assuming Venom, but I honestly can't confirm that. So if somebody that knows more about that wants to let me know down in the comments, that'd be great, because I've been trying to find out for a while now, and I can't figure out which symbiote was removed from his body. But again, this suit was kind of rumored to be in a DLC, but it's also rumored that Fantastic Four suits may not be available in the game since Disney owns the rights to Spider-Man and Fox owns the rights to Fantastic Four. Apparently, Disney is still negotiating with Fox for the rights to Fantastic Four, but either way, I'm not sure if Spider-Man would have the rights to this suit or Fantastic Four would. You'd think that Spider-Man would, but some people think otherwise. And these legal issues didn't seem to play a big part in older Spider-Man games that had Fantastic Four related suits in them, but this one actually has like the Fantastic Four logo on it, so I don't know if they'll be able to have this suit or they'll have it in there with a different logo or what, but it is a potential suit and probably one of the most confirmed suits, since it kind of was teased. While Venom is most likely not going to be in Spider-Man and is most likely going to be in Spider-Man 2, there's still a possibility that we'll get his symbiote suit in the DLC. If you want to know more about the Venom symbiote suit and why it's not going to be in the game, again, that video will be in the description and should pop up at the top of the screen. Even though it'll most likely be in a Spider-Man sequel, it could still be in the DLC. One of the reasons that I think it's still a possibility is because it's one of the most asked about suits in the game. You have some people that are really angry that we don't get to play with a Venom suit yet, and then you have some people that are happy about waiting. If it is going to be in the DLC, I think it would just be a suit and not have any powers or something like that. Now, since Venom is unlikely, but he still might be in the DLC, there's also a chance that we'll get Carnage, or again, just a Carnage suit with no powers. I'd be really happy with Carnage because he's one of my favorite villains or supervillains in Spider-Man, and we've never really seen him in anything. I don't believe we've seen him in any of the Spider-Man movies. He may be in the shows or one of the past games that I haven't played, but I'd love to see more of Carnage. The only thing is that we most likely won't see him until after Venom, since he's formed like from Venom, so I'd assume that we won't see him until Marvel's Spider-Man 2 DLC or Spider-Man 3, if we even see him in the games at all. With that being said, just like Venom, it'd kind of be cool to play with his symbiote suit. I personally think that Carnage is really underrated. You don't really hear anything about Carnage from people that aren't like huge comic book fans of Spider-Man. Nobody really outside of the people that read comics really even know who Carnage is, especially like they know Venom. And I mean, Venom is kind of like the OG of Spider-Man villains. Like, I think more people might know who Venom is than the Green Goblin. But I just want to see some more Carnage in Spider-Man games. Another cool suit that they could have is Jessica Drew, who is a female version of Peter Parker. After Dr. Octopus was placed in prison, he was given the chance to work with the CIA and the FBI to create clones of Peter Parker's DNA. Jessica Drew, along with many other clones, were formed, and they ended up escaping the government's lab. I'd say the odds of having this specific story in one of the games would be pretty slim, so maybe we can at least get the suit of her as some kind of like Easter egg. Next up, we have the Spider-Man, which is Aaron Aikman's Spider-Man suit. Aaron Aikman is an alternate universe Spider-Man who underwent an experimental treatment and ended up becoming Spider-Man. After developing his powers, he designed a cybernetic armor, which actually looks pretty cool, and would be a pretty refreshing look to Spider-Man in the game. I'd love to see this suit. This was one of the stories that I didn't know much about until reading up on it for this specific video, and it's actually pretty sad. It's a really sad story. I definitely suggest reading about it as well if you didn't know it. But yeah, this suit looks really cool. It's a lot different from any other Spider-Man suit, and I would just love to see it in the game and play as it. The armor that he wears gives him web shooters, rocket boots, neuro stingers, sensor arrays, and gives him the ability to cling to walls. So if they were to toss this suit into Marvel's Spider-Man PS4, it'd be awesome if it came with the rocket boots power. I think that would go great with the game. Now we can talk about Captain Universe, which is also known as Cosmic Spider-Man or the Cosmic Suit. Captain Universe is basically a power rather than a person, since multiple Marvel characters have possessed the power before. That's why I think Spider-Man's version is known as the Cosmic Spider-Man. I'm kinda iffy on whether or not we'll ever see this suit in the game because of how overpowered it'd be, but again, like some of the last suits, maybe we can see it as at least just a suit with a simple ability or without a power at all. I personally wouldn't want that without a power. I would rather have a power with it, but that might be a thing. Captain Universe can fly, has superhuman strength, telekinesis, and pretty much every type of vision you can think of, including X-ray vision, microscopic vision, and telescopic vision. The powers seem to kind of vary between each character, but Spider-Man also has the power to control particles of matter, allowing him to shoot beams from his hands. If we were to get one power with the Captain Universe suit, that is probably the power that I would want with it, and I'm sure that would actually be the one that we got with it. I could go on all day describing the story of Captain Universe, and honestly, I don't even know everything there is to know about Cosmic Spider-Man. Some of the huge Spider-Man fans are probably cringing right now, but yeah, this is basically God-level Spider-Man. If we don't get a suit, I would love to see a story focus on this. Okay, next up is Superior Spider-Man. In terms of you being able to actually have this suit soon, it's a lot more realistic than the last few. This suit looks pretty similar to the Iron Spider or even Dr. Octopus. That's because this is actually Dr. Octavius. After Spider-Man's death, Dr. Octavius takes Spider-Man's body in order to try and prove that he is actually the Superior Spider-Man. There are two different versions of the Superior Spider suit. The first suit has a mask laced with carbonadium in order to prevent him from being mind swapped. He installed talons to fight with, kinda similar to how he fights with the octopus arms, but the talons also inject nano spiders that work like a GPS on the enemy. The mask's lenses also have a HUD similar to Iron Man's, and he also has numerous different gadgets. The second version of the suit has everything that the first has, but with the addition of added features like the mechanical spider arms on the back, similar to the Iron Spider suit. Except Dr. Octavius did this obviously because of the similarity to his own mechanical arms that he had. With this newer version of the suit, he also increased the size of the talons on the suit. So yeah, we definitely want the second newer version of the suit, but even the first would be pretty cool. This is one of my favorite looking suits, and I could definitely see it being in the game at some point. And for our last suit, we have the Future Foundation suit. This is also a really cool looking suit, and again, I could see it in the game for sure. The Future Foundation is a team formed by Mr. Fantastic and the Fantastic Four. After the Human Torch dies, Spider-Man joins the Foundation in his place. The Future Foundation suit can never become dirty and can also transform into the classic Spider-Man suit or even just the plain clothes by just thinking about it. It can also instantly transform into the opposite colors, being mostly black. Again, people say that they don't know if this suit is possible because of the Fantastic Four or Fox owning the rights, but I think that isn't true since this suit has appeared in multiple other Spider-Man games in the past. So hopefully we'll be able to see it again in this one. That's pretty much it, guys. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and let me know down in the comments what your favorite Spider-Man suit is, whether it's in the comics, a movie, or whatever. I know I didn't get all of them, so let me know down in the comments what your favorite suit is or what you want to see in the DLC. And thank you again, guys, for 10,000 subscribers. It means a lot, and I appreciate all of your support, especially on my recent videos. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little notification bell if you haven't already, and hopefully, if you're new to the channel, I see you in future videos. Thanks for watching. See ya.